Good evening. Welcome to the 9 o'clock news. I'm your anchor, Curtis Interruptus. Today's top story, chaos at the Atlanta Zoo when monkeys began throwing flaming bags of feces at visitors. Authorities were quoted as saying that several people had to be treated for third-degree burns. Welcome to episode 106, gang. We have a special guest. We have Phyllis K. returning on Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to all you mothers out there. And a big shout out to Midwest Recovery Centers with four convenient locators located in the Kansas City area. Please contact Sandra Jenkins at 1-800-444-8111. Back to Timmy with the sports, weather, and stock options.
Hey guys, I'm having myself a week. I'll tell you what, a lot going on, very busy. Good things, bad things. But sobriety is giving me a perspective and a benchmark to hold myself to, like standards that I'd never had before. So it's nice. I'm not reacting to things. I'm still nuts, but my intent is not to end up in a fist fight and my nose being broken. But I do stand up for myself still, and you have to. But now I do it with clear eyes and a mindset that I know where I'm at. My side of the street's clean. So anyway, real quick, it is the most important thing here today is I'm completely lost, and it is Will's birthday. How about that? Aren't we excited for Willie? Hi, Will. Yeah. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Will.
Thank you.
We'll do it. So what did you do on your birthday?
Well, on my actual birthday, I worked all day, but then the next day, I had family dinner at my mom's house. Family came over, and we just hung out, made steaks and ate. Had ice cream cake.
What a boy. Well, I'm happy for you. Will is possibly my best friend in the world right now, until I piss him off and he never speaks to me again, too. But Will is, he's solid. He's there for me. He's there for the team. He, he picks up. If you need him to come, he comes. He's never missed a show. Not that I care, but, just to his credit, he's dedicated to what we're doing. He believes in what we're doing. All of us do, and it's a privilege. Just full disclaimer, and then I'll shut up and get my people on. I just told them about 5:30, 6 o'clock. I always joke that if I click one button wrong, the whole podcast is gone. It's a joke, happens here and there. Well, tonight I clicked one button wrong and I lost the entire show I've been setting up since Friday. So this is bare bones. I got some graphics, I got some stuff going on, but it is what it is. We're pros, we'll figure it out. But we also have our
he clicked himself away.
Away. There he is.
I'm sorry. Yeah, so that too. None of the camera things work or the presets. Anyway, we're going to get going. I'm going to skip the preamble tonight, and I wanted to play something Will shared with me a little bit ago, and I thought it was great. It pertains to what we do and what's going on out there. So let's take a look at our friend from Hold My Beer podcast. Here we go.
Holidays can be very triggering for people who used to drink in excess. Doesn't matter if it's Valentine's Day or Halloween or Easter. Some people might think that Easter is not the most triggering holiday, but coming from somebody who heavily drank, I would use any excuse to get drunk. And any holiday weekend, any celebration, any excuse to drink, I took full advantage. Especially something like Easter where there's a lot of morning activities and I could probably convince the people that I'm with to start drinking really early in the morning. Like mimosas on Easter? Of course. I'm just here to say that I understand that it's triggering. I feel you. I am there too. But we are not going to drink this weekend. We don't have to drink. It's just another day on the calendar. My biggest tip for getting through times where you might be a little bit triggered is to just find alternatives and be prepared. So understand that you might feel a little bit triggered today. Understand that people around you will be drinking. Understand that people might be getting drunk and behaving a certain way. Be prepared, know what you're going into, and then have alternatives for yourself. So wherever you're going today, make sure that you have tons of diet sodas or juices or sparkling waters or whatever you like to drink. I know that being around drunk people can be difficult as well, but try to look at it as like almost an ego boost. You're gonna feel amazing tomorrow. You're gonna remember everything that you did today and not do anything stupid. Feel really, really good about yourself. You are making a good decision for yourself, your future, your health. Your future self will thank you for staying sober today.
I thought it was great. What struck me about that is she's young. I don't know her age. I don't know much about her, but she reminds me of my daughter. And you go in the rooms and you see like 50 people, all 30 to 50 years old, 25 to 50, 60, 70. You don't see many 18-year-old kids that, realize they have a problem. She could be 25. I don't know. But it's important to nip it early, I think is crucial. So it is Mother's Day. How's everybody doing out there? Jim, go.
Wonderful. It was great. Wonderful.
Great. We love you. I love you.
Actually, it was hotter in Regina today than it was in Houston.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, so you do that? You check everybody's weather, and
of course, I know exactly.
I love that. I love it. Yeah, give it credit. All credit due.
And we had no earthquakes like you guys did down at parking.
Oh my God!
Earthquakes. Yeah. You
terrifying.
You thought it was the ice maker, didn't you say?
I did. I was leaning up against the fridge, and I'm like, I'm putting water into my thing. I'm leaning over. It's a pain in the ass. I have to lean into
Jesus.
it. That was not planned, by the way. I thought it was funny. So yeah, I'm leaning up against the fridge. I'm filling my water bottle, and the fridge starts rocking back and forth, kind of like I don't know. I thought it was a fridge to be in a fridge. I don't know, and it was the earthquake. And I think back to it, I'm like, oh shit, it makes sense now. So yeah, we had an earthquake down here today, and it's pretty rare. I've experienced 2 earthquakes in my life living on the East Coast. In 2011, that was Japan. That caught my attention. The 250,000 people dying in Japan. That's possible. And then not long after that, within the year, like 6 months later, there was an earthquake in Washington D.C. and I felt that one. And what's funny is, like, right before that, where I'm all paranoid, and I said to my wife, I work nights, so I'm sleeping during the day. I'm like, if there's an emergency, you text help or something on my phone, and it'll pop up. I told her that the night before, thinking that would never happen. I'm sleeping, and I get the message. It breaks through the silence and says help. And I'm like, what is going on? I look at the phone. She's like, you need to call me. I'm like, I call her, she doesn't answer. I go to the computer, and there's a 5.9 magnitude earthquake not far from me. And I was terrifying. I thought the world was going to end from 2010 to 2014. I literally thought the world was going to end. So, so the rescue efforts continue. We are going to rebuild from this. We're not beat. We're resilient. Oh, look, little Jesus stayed in there. Oh, y'all want wine? Watch this. Yeah, I don't know what he's. I don't know what's what. But anyway, earthquakes.
Hold my wine.
Earthquakes are strange. I don't get them. We do want to continue to recognize our boy Don V.
Don.
He is Jimmy's friend.
He's Jimmy. My little sponsor. Yeah.
Sponsor. He's like a pocket dog, like to carry around.
My pocket sponsor. I just keep him in my top pocket. Yeah. Pull him out when I need him. Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about him. It's very interesting. 47 years.
Well, he's Don as well. He's in his early 80s, and he is like my dad. My dad passed 6 years ago, and Don is just part of my family. Like, if I don't text him the daily reflection and the 24-hour, I get this. She just sends me these 3 question marks and ... at like 6 a.m. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, Don. And he goes, "It's your turn now," and he is just, and we, and he can cuss as good as anybody. And some of the stuff that he tells me when he first got into recovery, it's like, holy, like we didn't invent some of the crazy shit we did when we were actively using it. They had with the heels. Well, we didn't have all the dope you guys have now, but
that's it. I like that you bring that up, Jim, because isn't it interesting? Like the old timers are going to eventually die, and now everything's going to like recycle, and I'm going to be an old timer, and I'm like all over the fucking place. So like it's at my group right now. There's a group conscious thing going on. I won't talk about, but there's a lot of rules and like everybody getting butthurt over stuff, and everybody's 50 fucking years old. So like I don't know what to do. I just kind of sit there and laugh at them and go home. But like it is what it is. It's life. It's people. Important though. Yeah, that's where I get some of my recovery from. We got mental health stuff. Phyllis, there's 3 of her backstage. I can't tell which one is which. Can you hear me, my dear?
There she is.
Yeah, I'm not in a car, so I don't know if this is going to work or not. I'm going to try.
All right. Well, we'll bring you in a little bit once we get past our stuff, and we'll get through it. All right. I love you. So anyway, look at the fishy. Everybody see a fish? Everybody look. Everybody look.
No fish.
Look what I made. All right. So I'm sitting here in my own voice already. We're gonna go around the horn, and hey, it's what happens when I break stuff.
But I'm alive and well in Tennessee.
Yeah, I don't know. Tennessee had an earthquake today, so hi, Kai.
Hi, I'm not in Tennessee, by the way.
You're not in your own home either.
I know. I'm at the Talkin Trash House.
Oh, so how? We've been talking all week. How are you doing? I ask these questions like I don't know how you're doing, but I know everything about everybody. So like it's just like rhetoric. But how are you doing for our fans, our listeners?
You know what? I'm doing freaking awesome. I celebrated 65 months of clean and sober time on Friday. So yeah, it's really cool to, it's all one day at a time, doing what you need to do that day. Don't get ahead of yourself and worry about next week. Just do what you can for the day. But, it's nice to see that I have some time under my belt, that what I'm doing, I'm working a good program of recovery, and it's awesome. Life is great.
I'll tell you what, that gives me hope, because there's days I'm miserable half the time. You know what I mean? Well, there's days where you guys break me out of it. You know what I mean? I don't complain much, but like there's times where I'm not happy. And
and the thing about that, Tim, though, is there's good and bad, because that's what makes the whole ball go around. But everything changes. It doesn't stay the same. Right. So your bad times, it's not always going to be bad. It's going to get better, and then you're going to have some great times, and then things are going to change. But it's
that's good advice. Like I know I'm like I want change now, and I'm also afraid of change. You know what I mean? So like I can't. But life is life. I've lived 43 years of it, and things change. Nothing stays the same at all. So
not at all.
If you can just hold on through the bad times, the good times will come. It's called being human. So, anyway, Casey, we love you. Thank you much. There's a friend of ours, and he is from Canada.
Where?
Who? You.
Put it sideways.
What?
I can sing it in French if you want.
I can't. Do it.
Canada, de fleur de noisette. That's from Maryland. Well, we changed the words again.
I know.
We'll see.
And it's like
again.
Yeah. Well, in the last decade.
They took out sons.
Yeah. Whatever. Peoples or
all of us command.
All of us command. But yeah. No, I just wanted to say a big shout out. It's like first of all, Kaisa 65 months. But with our people joining us from Midwest, like I envy you guys, and that may sound strange, but that is when I was a sponge, just taking in all this information, getting ready to hit the road. And yeah, it sucked. As soon as I walked out the door, it was you're going to expect this brass band and people will be waiting for you. No, you're going to hear crickets. Yep. But all the stuff that you learn while you're there at those 4 convenient locations for Midwest Recovery. Don't forget to contact Sandra Jenkins at 444-8111. Seriously, it is, you're going to look back at those days or weeks or whatever time you have there. You're going to create some great friendships. Mm-hmm. And unfortunately, you're not all going to make it. But you got to, and like that sounds scary. And you're like, well, what the hell's the purpose of it? Yeah, because there's a way better life on the other side, and yeah, it's going to be tough, and there's days that it's just going to suck. Mm-hmm. But you know what? Just take it, like I say, Kaisa said, one day at a time, and 1 hour, 1 minute at a time, and then you. But it's not a one and done. Like when you learn the steps, or just learning how your tools of recovery. Mm-hmm. You'll apply them in everyday part of your life, just not recovery, but when you're at work and just standing in line at the Walgreens. Hey, let's think about the person. We don't know what they're going through. Yeah. So shout out to our friends at Midwest Recovery Center at those 4 convenient locations. There you
go. Free Ativan to the first 5 people that call.
Exactly. Call 1-800. We have Bobby on the line.
Stop it.
That's Kaisa keeping us in check. We're gonna do a giveaway tonight because whatever. Are
we raffling Will off again?
Well, we got some legal trouble with that last time. All right. I am. If you look behind me, no, I didn't put him up.
He didn't have his shots.
I have the. I bought.
Oh yes, I did.
No.
We good? I didn't put up the posters tonight, but I ordered 2 posters, the steps and the traditions, and they sent me 2 steps, 1 tradition. So now I have this extra poster. I'd like to give it away to somebody who would use it. Right? It's not really wall decoration, but if you have a need for it, or if you need to wake up and look at it in your bathroom every day, I don't care. We're going to be giving that away. First person to answer a question that I have. We'll be doing that later in the show after Phyllis gives us her story and all that. So, and yeah, Phyllis, oh my God, like I've been talking to her regularly now, right? Because if we're not doing that and being interactive with our fans and helping people off the show, this is nonsense. This means nothing. And Phyllis is my latest project, but she's not. She just reached out and said I need help, and I'm like, all right, 3 a.m, give me a call, and that's how we work. And so it's a privilege to be in Phyllis's life today because I'm able to use some of my resources and the show and all that to help her. And it's a blessing. That's giving back what you've been so freely given. And a lot of people just won't, they take it, I don't know. Phyllis keeps coming in and out of the studio. There's 3 of her down the bottom. I'm going to get rid of that one. So yeah, Phyllis is one of many that we'd like to help out. And that's the rewarding part. The podcast is a lot of work, but it's giving back. But the rewarding part is being personally invested in somebody's recovery. And we don't give any advice. We're an ear, we're a hand, we're just here for each other. That is the point of this show. Like Jim says, you walk out the door and crickets. Well, I mean, you can also walk out the door and have the opposite of happiness and have somebody literally hate you. So like you do these things, you have to own them, but you can only own your part of it. You know what I mean? You don't have to own everything. You own what's on your side of the street and you'll feel better. All right. So I'm done giving advice at under 2 years sober. So we're going to say hi to Willie Dilly and then we're going to get into like the regular show. Oh yeah. My friend Jana from somewhere, she's got 9 months. Very proud of her. She's a good girl, man. She is awesome. She's one of my favorites. So there's that. And then it's funny. This is the last thing I'll show you. I'm going. Oh my God! Shut up, Jim. I'm going through my fonts. I'm trying to find a font for our bottom here, like that, whatever. And I'm looking at them, and they're all AA. I'm wondering how sober my fonts are. That was a bomb. I just wanted to show it. I don't know. All right, so anyway, we're going to get into a real show here. It is Mother's Day. We are. It can be a hard holiday. It was hard for me last year. Tell you what. So it's everybody's different. Every family's different. But like she said, nothing stays the same. Everything changes. So we are, we're here for each other on hard days. We're here for each other on good days. And it is Mental Health Awareness Month, which is important because full diagnosis, drugs, substance abuse, everything that goes hand in hand with that. So we're just trying to address everything and keep up with Mother's Day and birthdays and clean time, and we're grateful for everything that everybody donates their time and energy to this show. Nobody's watching, I don't know, CSI right now at 9:30. They're all on here, going to give you an hour of their time, and that's privilege to me, privilege to everybody. Blah 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 blah. Mental Health Awareness Month, and that would be it. So we are. How do I segue? I've never done a show like this. I'll tell you what. I'm going to play a fun song for her, and then we're going to bring her in, and we're going to get down to it. So all right. Hi, Phyllis. Welcome to the program.
Hi, guys.
How are you doing?
Hey, Phyllis.
I apologize. I'm in my car. I was at my daughter's, and I got the time thing messed up. So hopefully this is going to work okay. Can you guys see me and everything? Or
you're fine.
Okay.
You're fine. We'll take you off full screen and put you on blast here. Now she's gone.
No, that's not it. There you go.
We just for some context, Phil's been a long friend of the show for a while, and she lost her son Trey to an overdose about a year ago. I think on the 20th. Is that right, Phyllis?
Yeah, May 20th.
Okay. So
last year.
I think when you're doing the right things, like we do with this podcast, it's a lot of work, but things just fall into place too that aren't in our control. It's like a God thing. I don't know what it is, and people like Phyllis, and just things happen that I can't control that are great. So she's with us. And it's Mother's Day, so look, that's what I'm talking about. Like, look at this. She is on here on Mother's Day talking about her son that she's passed away a year ago. So not many people can do that, but God put her in our arena today. So we're happy to have you.
Thank
we're
you.
just gonna shoot the shit a little bit. But why don't you start? Give us a recap where your head's at. All the things that are going through your head on Mother's Day and close to your son's death.
Well, I thought I was gonna have a total meltdown, and I just woke up in a good mood and a good mindset. I got immediately to my knees and just asked God to have a good day. I just didn't want to feel that heavy grief. I wanted to remember the good memories and continue having a good day. And I've cried a couple times. I've heard some songs that Trey and I used to listen to, and memories would pop up with him and I, singing in the car or whatever. But, for most part, I've had a pretty good day today.
Good.
I really have.
I was worried about you. I was thinking about you all day long. I don't want to bug you, but it was nice when I sent you the text and I said the fact that I got an immediate response means you didn't go overdose today, or what I'm saying. It didn't go off the walls, and I don't know. It's
right. I mean, it could have gone so much different.
Mm-hmm.
What do addicts and alcoholics do when they're in such tremendous pain?
Right.
They drink,
Mm-hmm.
they keep using and keep using to get away that pain. And I understood Trey, he understood me, because we were both addicts. We grew up together, we used together, we got clean together. I'd get clean and he'd use, or he would get clean and I'd be using. It's just we got each other. And I believe for some reason he kept thinking the more he used, the less the pain was going to get, and it was going to take the pain away.
Yeah.
Well, unfortunately, it did to the extreme, and that's all of us as addicts. We self-medicate for a reason. It's a Mental Health Awareness Month, and that's a big part of it. It is the part of it for me. Could be others for other things, but yeah, I mean, we are sick. We have a disease, and instead of treating it the right way, we self-medicate. And I can't be handed 20 Valium just to say like they were prescribed. I can't be handed them because I will eat all 20 that night. Like I have no control over that, and that's embarrassing, honestly. But like to admit that that's my problem, that's that feels good. So Joey, hi Jimmy, hi Joey. So
Joey,
we Phyllis, where do you live for our fans?
I live in Hartselle, Alabama. Right now I'm in Somerville. Yeah, way out in the country.
and what is your social security number and MAC card pin?
Yeah, no.
Let me think about that. No.
No.
Phyllis is cool. So I'm messing with cameras, so bear with me. I explained it already. That's me. That's Kaisa. That's everybody. So anyway, Phyllis, I'm going to give you the floor for a little bit. Tell us what you're doing. I mean, you've told me a lot this week about what you're doing, how you're coping with it, and not letting it run you. Me personally, if I was in
Yeah.
your shoes, I'd be a mess. I'd probably still be in bed right now. So just give us
Well,
a little something.
and I know a lot of people say there's like, 5 stages of grief. I don't, I don't know if I've gone through all of them or not. There's times I'm in a grocery store and I panic. I just start thinking of his death and he's gone, and I just panic, and I'm like, I can't do this. I
Yeah.
just cannot do this, and I just start shaking and crying, and then I go out to my car. Those are very far and in between. I haven't had like a panic attack like that in a couple weeks.
Yeah.
It's grief is hard. It's I'm not feeling like the guilt, the shame, and the remorse after losing Trey. And as a mother, you always thought, that you could have done something more. That could have, should have, would have, and cliche, about that. Could have, should have, would have. And it's not driving me crazy anymore because I've let go of that guilt and that shame and that remorse. Trey made some pretty bad choices, and everyone says you're enabling him. No, I was parenting him.
Yeah.
I was a mother that loved him unconditionally and understood the mental torment and the physical torment and the emotional torment he was going through trying to get sober, clean. I would never have given up him. If I was 80 years old on a walker and walking him into rehab, that's what I'd be doing if that's what he wanted. Trey wanted to be sober. He just didn't know how to get there. I think addiction took over.
Oh, but by luck, I was spared, and by fate, he went home. It's our stories. It's not the end of the world. But like, do you ever feel like guilt for not feeling as bad as you think you should? Like, that would be me.
Yes, I go through not as much. I tell my daughter, I don't feel like I'm crying enough, or maybe I'm crying too much, and I didn't know how to even it out until I just asked God, help me control these emotions, help me even this out.
Yeah, I get it. I mean, I don't get it, but I do understand what that's like. So would you mind if I brought my mom on to say hi to you?
Oh, absolutely. Your mom was sweet the other day.
She loves you, so she wants to come on and say hi. You guys talk amongst yourself. I'll be back in a minute or two, and
okay.
I'm gonna blow the horn to go.
Okay. Oh, fellas, there is no cookie cut for the grieving process. And just speaking from experience, like my mother-in-law, she lost 2 out of her 4 children to alcoholism. And when I made that phone call to my mother-in-law in England 11 years ago, it was almost like she was like, yeah, I knew. She knew it was She knew it was going to happen, but it was just when. And she honestly hasn't really properly dealt with it. Like, out of her 3, and her other daughter, thank God, was just in early recovery, and she just celebrated 12 years in the program. But you cannot blame yourself. The addiction is so, like we say, cutting, baffling, powerful. And you have to rid yourself of that burden. But the great memories that you have of Trey will never, ever go away. And you have like the grandchildren and your daughter. Like, those are the things that keep us going while we're here. And like, yes, sadly that he is gone, but unfortunately, addiction just... I hate addiction. And for all you out there, like, who have parents waiting for you on the outside, they love you so much, and the pain that the addiction it puts families through. So there's Mrs. Snyder. Hello, Mrs. Snyder. Hello.
You're muted.
Happy Mother's Day, Mrs. Snyder.
Happy
Mother's Day.
Thank you.
Well, here we are. My mom,
Well,
she's everything to me. Hit her with some Q&A. Put her on the spot. Go, roast her.
You all look so wonderful. Oh, and there's Phyllis. Hi, Phyllis.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. I had a great day. I had a very nice day. Timmy
Good.
wrote
Happy
me a
Mother's
poem.
Day.
You believe that? He wrote me a poem. It was beautiful.
Mm.
Oh, yes, it was beautiful and a plant, and it was lovely. Really, had a nice day.
Aw.
Huh?
That was great. It was a good day, right?
Yes, it was a great day. So,
Good.
did you all have a
Good.
good day?
It was
Yes.
very
Yeah,
nice.
I just got over to my daughter's like a couple hours ago. I was out door dashing, and I bought everybody steaks. Compliments of
Wow.
DoorDash money, right?
Oh, that's nice. That's nice. We
Nice.
we went to
Yeah.
a friend's house today, which was real nice, real nice. It was an Italian dinner. So I
Aw.
I called my sister, and my sister's a good cook. And I said, "Where can I find some good Italian dessert?" So she told me, spent all day yesterday cooking regatta cake and
Mm.
what was the other one? Cannoli cake.
Mm.
And it
Oh,
turned
Oh,
out good.
cannolis are so good.
they
Yeah,
are
I
the
love
amazing.
cannoli
cannolis.
cake was good. Yep. And I think
Good.
we got the recipe from an Italian in my kitchen. How about that? Isn't that cute? That's the
Yeah.
website. So,
Amazing.
yes, it was a good day. It was a good day. Remembering my own mother, and right now. I am watching a movie called Nonnas. It's an Italian
Oh,
word for grandmother,
Hmm.
and it is. I'm enjoying it so much. It's bringing my mother and my grandmother back, to me, and I'm having. It's who's the guy that's in it to me? Um, he's a comedian, and it's
I just saw it
um,
last night on Netflix. I mean, I saw
you
the
did.
ad.
It was good. It was really good,
Let's
boy, and
see.
it was so true to form. Let me tell you, so true to form. So I'm enjoying watching it. So, well, I won't keep you. I know you got a show to do, but I thank you for saying hi to me.
Thank you, Mrs. Snyder.
Thank
And
you for
Thank you
being
for
on.
coming on.
maybe you can produce the next show and you won't mess it up like Tim did, but he can't hear us, so that's okay. Oh, yes, he can. He's pushing me off. Have a
Oh,
wonderful
and
day.
the guy starring in Donuts is Vince Vaughn.
Okay, yes, I saw the preview for it, and then I looked at the time. I'm like, I can't stay up that late.
Yeah.
I'm at that age. You'll get there,
Yeah.
Will. You'll get there.
Italian. I grew up just like that.
Oh, really?
Oh, just
Yeah.
like
It looks like a great, and it's based on a true story, I believe.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, bye everybody.
Take care, Mrs.
Bye,
Snyder.
Mrs.
See you later.
Well, that was lovely to see Mrs.
That was.
Snyder on there.
Yes, it was.
And I don't know if that was her
Yes.
bathrobe, but I was kind of jealous of it. I'm like,
You're
okay,
jealous of your bathrobe.
it's fuzzy.
And
Yeah,
and
that looks very, very comfy.
Ma,
Yeah,
the
exactly.
A meatloaf, ma.
Ma the meatloaf.
the meatloaf.
So I just had to get her
That's
on. We've been talking to her. It's not
Oh,
like
she's so cute.
She is.
she is a ride or die, and I
Oh,
wouldn't
she
be
puts
sitting
up with
here.
you.
No shit. I would certainly not be sitting here. Oh, you're so
I like that
funny,
when
dude.
Timmy.
Are we done?
Yeah.
I'd be dead if it wasn't
Check.
for her. Facts on facts. So, one inch the other way, and she's in Phyllis's shoes. It's not chance, it's fate. All our destinies are written, but at the same time, it doesn't mean it doesn't hurt. So, anyway, I didn't mean to interrupt you, Phyllis. My mom loves you. We're invested in what you're doing. We're just here for you. We want you to smile. But we want everybody smiling in recovery. Nobody does. Everybody's so staunch and angry, and that's where we come in to break up the monotony a little bit. So what are you door dashing right now?
No, I DoorDash a lot. I'm going to Jamaica and Cayman Islands in about 10 days.
Oh,
Wow.
nice.
Yeah, and Busch Gardens. I'm going to do the whole thing. I'm going to go on the roller coasters. I'm going to go zip lining 3,200 feet in the air. I had the choice of going zip lining or swimming with the dolphins. And I swear to God, I heard Trey in my ear and goes, "Mom, fuck them dolphins. Go zip lining, dude."
Dolphins
So
are assholes.
I'm going zip lining.
Zip lining's
Yeah.
fun. I did
Yeah.
zip lining for the first time with my fellow alumni from my rehab, and it was a blast.
I'll
Great
probably
fun.
scream Trey's name the entire way down there, but that's okay. I think I'm gonna have a
That's
good
good.
time.
I think you've earned it.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people, like the person we were just talking to, she, it's we had somebody call us and ask if it was okay to feel relief, like her son overdosed, her daughter, whatever, and she was in life in active addiction with her child. She didn't sleep. You steal sleep from the people you love. You steal energy, and you're just anesthetized, so you don't feel it. You're putting everybody else through it. So, she asked us, "Is it okay if I can feel relieved a little bit, or is that wrong?" I mean, I'm not a doctor or a psychiatrist. I'm just saying, by my standards, my guess. I'm not saying how people should be, but like, I don't know if you know where he is finally, maybe that can give you some peace, and that's not your fault. So like, it's a touchy thing. A lot of people handle this very differently. There's stages of grief, whatever. I get it, but like, yeah, Phyllis is also, because she's reaching out. She's like, I need help. I want to help.
As a mother that lost her son to an overdose, did I feel relief? Not at first.
Not at first.
At first, I was so angry. I was really angry at God. I was so angry at him. I'm like, wait, this is not what we discussed. I begged and begged and begged you to fix him and get him to get him well, to get him into recovery like you did me. What is this shit about? I could not pray to him. Did I feel relief? No, not at first.
Right.
But as time healed me, it's getting more softer.
Yeah.
I don't think it's ever going to be easier. I think it's getting more softer because I know he's not in pain,
Right.
He's not FaceTiming me, crying his eyes out. And there was nothing I can do. No human power could have relieved him of his alcoholism. And I just prayed and prayed and prayed that he would get it. And I think there was times he did have God in his life because he was on fire for God. But, and then I told God, we could have saved him and we could have put him back in prison. And guess what? Trey could have died in prison too.
Yeah.
Listen, we blame ourselves,
but
right?
Yes, I would tell her that it's okay to feel relief because now she knows her child is in the arms of God and he's not suffering from alcoholism or addiction or whatever it was, whatever his choice of drug was.
Yeah.
It's okay to feel that.
That's what I share with her too. My personal experience when I got in a car accident at 3 o'clock in the morning, and my parents didn't know where I was, and they just assumed, you know what, he's either with the Lord or he's in jail, whatever it is, he's safe. And I was in a coma at the hospital. So like, it's got to be hard. Like my brother always says, I've been planning your funeral for years. I think it's a little rough around the edges, but like, it's what do we do? And I'm not saying I have any experience. I see it. I don't know what to do. It's scary. It is a very scary situation because, I got to imagine that this is on your mind from sun up to sundown, and it either runs you or you can manage it, I guess. The lady that we talked to, that I told her, yes, have some sleep, you've earned it. She said that she feels his presence with her at all times, and I don't know about the supernatural or whatever, but you lost a son firsthand, and I can't imagine.
I don't know how to, I don't. It's a peace that I feel when his son's around. I don't know how to explain it. I just feel a peace, and there's just certain things that Alex does that I feel, Trey just came through, just by the.
Oops. Hold on.
I was like, God, I was such a bad mom. I was suffered. I was such a bad mom. But God has given me twice-fold than what I've deserved from Trey's death because I have Alex, his son, and I have Kate Noel, my daughter's youngest daughter. And it's like I'm given another chance to be a mom all over again and to do it sober.
Yeah.
and to do it clean.
Yeah.
You
I
know,
commend you. I commend you.
and I don't ever want. You know, none of my. I think there's only the oldest granddaughter has seen me high one time, and that, you know, she's going to be 20, but the other ones haven't, and I don't want my grandkids to ever see me high or drunk, and there's no reason. You know, they're my world. You know, I'm taking them to Six Flags in July. They think Grandma's getting on those roller coasters, but no, she's not.
Not happening.
I will go. And what is that damn thing you get in and you ride the little thing, the Monster Mash or something, or the merry-go-round or merry-go-round? You know.
I almost fell off the Great American Scream Machine when I was 10 years old. They buckled me in, and I'm not buckled in. I'm not buckled, right? It's this thing. Dun, 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 dun. I could easily fly out of it. And I'm like, I don't think I'm okay. We're going, and I go up around the loop, and I'm hanging by the bar outside of the thing because I didn't fit. You have to be this tall to ride the ride, and I wasn't even close. So I digress.
Oh, Tim.
Explains so much.
3 people just
right.
We had a nice way to go, everybody who's watching our show. There's quite a bit. Appreciate you guys. Twitter, holy shit, Twitter. Okay,
you know what's cool too is, you know, I'm going on a AA convention. It's a mountaintop round top in Gunnersville. You know, and Trey and I weren't talking to each other at this time. You know, I had blocked him, and you know, I would finally said, you know what, I owe him an amends, and I love this child, and this is enough. And I sent him a big email, how much I was sorry, how much I loved him, and whether he answered or not, I don't know. You know, but I cleaned up my side of the street. You know what I'm saying? I had to clean up my side of it so I could be okay with it. But God wouldn't let me until it was time. I couldn't say, you know, Trey, I'm sorry, but listen here, you little shit. But you did this. Yeah. But I'll be okay on my part. That's not an amends. No. So I really had to dig deep. Yeah. And I sent it to him, and I'm going on this retreat, but this time it's the 16th, 17th, and 18th. Last year it was the 17th, 18th, or 18th, 19th, and 20th. And I got home Sunday, and that Monday I was door dashing, and I got the phone call. I was door dashing, and the police called me, you know. But I was so glad that I was able to make amends to him and clean up my part of the street, you know. I miss him. I think that's the hardest part of this journey that I'm going through with grief, is I miss my son. I miss him. He was my best friend, my ride or die. He knew me like nobody else. My daughter explained it perfectly. She said, you know, Mom, I've never seen 2 people go so hard at each other, but love each other even harder. And that was Trey. That was Trey and me. You know? But I'm okay. You know, it's getting softer. You know, I'm going back into the prison, and I guess it's September. You know, we go in for 4 days, and it's really intense, and it's, you know, very biblical and spiritual, and they get fed like queens. And, you know, I relate to these ladies because my addiction took me into prison. You know, my addiction took me there, a place I didn't think I was ever going to be. And you would think that prison was enough. No. I had to keep on trying it. And I just, you know, I don't know what it was, but my daughter telling me, Mom, I don't know what you're doing, but you're going to land yourself back in prison, and I'm not doing this with you anymore. That was my first little bit of a nudge, but God just really, I think he slammed me this time, and I just had enough. At 50, I just had enough. So I'm working on 14 years, and I'm so glad that I made that decision at 50 to just say I've had enough. You know, I've had enough. Yeah. And there's so much a better life, you know.
Phyllis said
it's not easy.
No, and also, you know, losing your son, but that's not a reason to pick up or use, because, you know, that's not going to solve anything. And, you know, you didn't do that. And I know, you know, that's probably like the first thing somebody would want to do.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, I lost my fiance years ago, and that's the first thing I did was, you know, just go off the rails, but I wasn't sober at the time, you know. But
Right.
you know, that shows a very strong program that you work, you know, knowing that you don't have to pick up.
Years and years of practice, years and years
Yeah.
of practice. You know, playing that tape over and over again. You know, and this is being really honest here. If I thought for 1 minute that drinking and drugging would have brought Trey back, I would have been out there just like that.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not going to bring him back.
No.
Right.
It's not going to bring him back. You know.
It's just, I don't know. I feel like I'm sitting in the car with you, and every time you like shudder to cry, I do the same thing. It's an addiction thing. It's a recovery thing. You know, we all share that thing. It wasn't a car accident. It was this disease, and it does not discriminate. So we all feel that pain in a way that most people probably can't. And if you're, and you know, that's not a good thing, but it's a good thing for us. And I'm just, I don't know. I want you in our world. I want you. We keep good people that are positive and trying to make a difference despite their scenarios, and we keep them around in our orbit. We we keep them involved, and that's why you're here. We love you. I'm so sorry for what you've gone through. My hope is that you truly let yourself off the hook, not off the hook, but forgive yourself, whatever it is. You truly move on with peace and somewhat of closure, because I would blame myself for it, the entire thing. I blame myself for stuff I didn't even have, So like I don't know.
I did.
just give credit.
Yeah. It for the first, it's just been maybe a month, maybe a little less than that. That I've it's just like the grief has taken a different turn. You know, I don't have that guilt and shame and remorse. I'm like, I don't understand. He let me get him in rehab every other time. He always let me help him. Why wouldn't he reach out to me now? Why couldn't I have done this? Why couldn't I have done that? And it was driving me crazy. It was driving me crazy when finally I just said, you know what, God, I can't do this anymore. You know, and it's because Trey didn't want to hurt me anymore. Did you think I never told my mom when I was sitting, when I was sitting there smoking crack or anything, hey mom, what you doing? I'm over here smoking some crack, but I didn't tell people calling me on the phone. I was too busy getting high. I wasn't going to pick up the phone. And I just don't think Trey wanted to hurt me anymore. And I really didn't know how bad his addiction was. I thought it was drinking. I really thought it was drinking. And then I come to find out he was smoking crack, and it was bath on meth, and it was a cocaine and fentanyl overdose. But I think it was laced. I just don't see any. I don't know. I don't think Trey would have. Hey, I'm going to get some fentanyl and I'm going to get some cocaine. I'm going to mix them together to see what happens.
For sure.
Not only that, there was still a lot of I guess dope left in the motel room. So I was telling the police officers, oh, well, then there you go. Because if he was trying to commit suicide, he would have drank that. He would have ate it. He would have done anything with it. But he never would have left anything left.
Right.
Never. Yeah. It was an overdose,
That's not how we operate. I mean, get Narcan. If everybody can just get some Narcan, like we can avoid some of this. My mom would be sitting in Phyllis's chair today if my dad wasn't close enough to administer this to me. So like, you have to, that's really our only defense other than being supportive and recovery based things. This is our only tangible defense against somebody overdosing in front of your eyes. So, it's helped so many. No, I'm just sharing with the world. You're a beautiful soul, and we love having you on our team. Our thing is a team. Somebody comes on, I'm like, here you go. You're the CEO of marketing. Okay, welcome. Here's your email address. So we're like, we stick up for each other. I mean, we really do. We're on a group text all week. And if I were you, I'd crawl into a shell and never see the light of day. But to do what you're doing, I know there's a few hundred people watching this right now that are like, holy shit, if I only had her resilience, my life wouldn't be so shitty.
I do a lot of service work. I'm really active with Sisters United. That there's a lot of girls, some of them are off the street. Some of them have been court ordered. Some of them are in there on their own, and I just work with these girls, and I mean, I can smell bullshit a mile away. And, what were they doing in there? They're snorting Boost Bar. For the love of, what in the world would you want to snort?
They love the Wellbutrin too.
Anti-anxiety medicine. I mean, come on.
I know.
What's all that about? And what's up with these bougie drinks or something? I found out what's a bougie drink?
Yeah, what is that?
I am. What's a bougie drink?
It's a White Claw. It's like a 4.2% alcohol by volume. Oh no, ask my mom. She'll tell you. She's a normie. It's so funny that she's cool. Which is funny because she knows I'm not gonna drink. She can have a glass of wine at night. I don't give a shit. She's earned it. So anyway, yeah, she snorting Boost Bar. When I was in the mix a couple of years ago, they were snorting Wellbutrin. I gave that one a run for a hot minute, and like it destroys your sinuses, and like you just start bleeding. It's terrible. But they call that the poor man's Coke. So that's what they do in prison, and I'm gonna try and avoid going.
Wow.
So it has been. I did the math. It's been 356 days since Trey passed away, and I have it on my calendar. We're gonna have a moment of silence for him on the show I don't know, whatever. But we're here for you. You know what I mean, Phyllis? And I know you talked to Kaisa and my mom and me, Will, and what's that guy's name from Canada? Jim,
Joe,
Will, John,
Joe, John.
Billy Bob.
Yeah, Jim, eh? So, all right. So, anyway, does anybody have any questions specifically for Phyllis? I'm sure you do.
I just want to say, Phyllis, like, it's when people come on and when they say certain things, I always go back to certain parts of my journey. And when you were talking about your anger towards God, oh my God, I was sitting in the parking lot of the hospital calling my mother-in-law and stuff. I'm like, God, I was so pissed off with God. And I'm like, really? Why? Mother of 2 children. Take me. Like, really? I'm a bigger alcoholic than she'll ever be. Why? And all these unanswered questions. And then it's like, it was the disease of addiction, whether it be alcoholism or drug addiction. It doesn't care. And no, God, it's all part of, like I always say, it's all part of God's plan. Mm-hmm. Well, shitty plan when you're at that spot. Yeah. And there's so many unanswered questions, and I beat myself up. Like, what could I have done? What should I have done? What couldn't I have said? All these things went through. And same thing when my first sponsee, he passed away like 3 months into recovery, and he was only like 31. But it's not something I did. It's addiction and how it affects. It's just not of the body. It's of the mind, and it just messes you up. Nobody really wants to die, but you get to that point. I just can't live like this anymore. Right. And for all you guys out there just starting out, man, like, I can say, me too. I've been there, where you hit that lowest part where I just wanted to crawl into that bottle and just end it, because there was no hope in my life. Right. And it wasn't because I was a bad person. It was the disease it was driving the bus. I call it my dark passenger. But when you cry, I just started tearing up, because it's like, it's coming from the heart. And you're going to miss Trey for the rest of your life. And that's a good thing, in a kind of, not a morbid way, but like I say, your grandchildren, he's never really gone. There's part of him always going to be there. And the energy of him is always going to be there. And what you're doing, like with service work, that is what keeps me on the straight and narrow. Gets out of head. Right. It's just giving back, and you are doing that to such a level and such an inspiration. So I love you for that. So thank you, Phyllis.
Thank you.
He's one of my friends. We talk pretty much daily. She knows I'm busy, but we're here for each other. That's what we do. I mean, if you want to come into our family and call me at 3:00 in the morning, let's introduce yourself first at normal business hours. But I mean, we're here for people, and
we're open 24/7.
We're a mess.
We're like 7-Eleven.
I know. I eat the stale pizza at 3 o'clock in the morning, which I did for years when I delivered newspapers.
Nom, 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 nom.
Nom, 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 nom. We are giving away, ladies and gentlemen.
We're giving away Will.
Will is being given away.
Got in trouble with the law last time.
Yeah,
I
it's
know.
true.
Well, I
Listen,
guess he didn't rub a dub dub.
No, thank
3
you.
minutes.
Oh
Yeah,
God!
well.
Don't start.
Okay,
Will.
Will's liking it now.
I have a question. Somebody told me if you shower with your sponsor, you'll stay clean. Is that accurate?
Yes, it is true. Yeah,
Interesting.
but Dawn kept on dropping the soap. I got really sad.
On purpose?
Oh my God, smack my head.
What a hot mess we are.
Sorry, Dawn.
Yeah.
My little hands can't handle soap.
You could
Oh dear God.
you could get Dawn a bath in the sink with the.
I could. I actually, or a Dixie cup. Yep. Put 'em in there.
Ooh. What was Daily Reflections like today? Was that any good?
It was actually a good one. And
Yeah,
it
all right.
kind of well, it's called A New Sense of Belonging. I won't read the whole damn thing. But it's about the sense of belonging to I call it the fraternity of alcoholics and drug addicts.
Right.
And before, all my friends, it was a transactional thing. It's like, what can I get out of it? But all my friends are real people and truth and honesty, and that's what it comes down to, that sense of belonging. And I used alcoholism to belong. I drank to belong.
Yeah.
And now I just belong to a really cool group. We're fun. Yay.
Us or your people up there? Us, right? You're talking about us?
Yes.
Okay.
And all the people out there. We're always here for you.
We are getting set up with communications and stuff. I think Jim's email is actually broken, so I'm going to figure that out.
No, it's not. No, it works. I send myself a test every day from my other 3
that
email
doesn't
accounts.
mean
Have you passed yet?
It doesn't. All right. Anyway,
Yeah,
and I give them access to the calendar, and they break that, so I got to figure that out too. Way to go, guys.
Thank you.
Yes. Anyway, we are a team, and I'm better friends with Jim, Kaisa, and Will than I were with my friends growing up. You know, it's very very surreal to realize that I never knew this was an option, and this is our support group. And like Jim said, it's honesty. We all share the same honesty, and we know we're not being judged. You know what I mean? We're so afraid of exposure and judgment, and here it's a safe space, which we're aware of and we're thankful for. Mental Health Awareness Month. If you want a little green ribbon, give me a holler. I'll send one to you. And like I said, later in the show, I'm not sure if we even got to this. We're going to give away a 12-step poster, 12-step signage. Really, it's real signage. Prefer somebody to use it at a church or something, starting a group, whatever. But I guess you could wallpaper with it. So in a little bit, I'm going to ask you a trivia question. About 10 minutes. And yeah, we'll see who wins. So, Phyllis, are you involved in church a lot? Is that a thing that helps you?
Yeah, I go to Daystar Church, but I'm changing churches because I feel a better connection there.
Same thing with groups. Yep. Yeah. Well, that's So are you I know you're spiritual. Are you religious at all? I know I'm not, but I'm spiritual for sure. Did that change when Trey passed away?
I was born and raised a Catholic, but I've done everything a Catholic's not going to do, so I was going to burn in hell, right?
Yeah.
But I let go of that Catholic religion and
fear, guilt, and
shame.
Yeah. Ridiculous, isn't it? I don't know. I just feel I feel comfortable around my people, and there's people that I'm supposed to be close with, but I can't because I can't share my reality, my truth with them out of fear of being judged, out of fear of something changing, exposure, or whatever. So let's before we end this thing. We're at about an hour. We can go over an hour. It's a holiday. Let's bring in everybody. I'd like everybody to queue up a question for Phyllis, just something that you'd like to know from somebody who's been through what she's been through, and we'll go around the horn. See how everybody's doing. But first, me and Manny are gonna have it out. Me and Manny have been messing around a lot. He's coming. Well, all right. So
my money's on Manny. 20-1.
All right. That's cool.
I'm putting down 10 large.
All right. I get that shirt over his head. It's a different ball game, boy. I'll tell you what.
Good luck.
Yeah, no shit. Manny's coming on our show on the 21st. I've been working with him closely the last couple of weeks. The 25th, episode 110, and winner chicken dinner. So is Elizabeth McKeon, our old friend.
Yay.
Never stopped being our friend. We're just lose touch with people that you're not working with directly. So Liz and Manny on our show on the 25th. That's going to be a nightmare. We've never done that before, so we'll see what happens. I kind of want to introduce the two of them. Two different worlds. They both have so much to offer, and I think it'd be great to have them both on our show, brainstorm, and see what happens. So what we're going to do, aside from that, and I know Liz is watching and listening right now, we are going to have her on probably twice a month. Probably those Wednesdays we don't bring in guests, but we like to get her in here, schedule her twice a month, and let people know that she's coming on this date because people like the clinical aspect of it. Like I can tell you what buprenorphine does to your half life, this, that, and the third all day long, but you hear it from a professional, and it makes a difference. So it's nice. It'll be nice to have the clinical element back into our world here. And yeah, every couple of weeks we'll see her, and we're happy about that. But first, Manny and Liz in a fight to the death, winner take all.
I can see her shirting him.
Right? No kidding. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go.
Sunday.
Jimmy, give me a little intro.
Okay. Well, not right now.
Come on, check it out. It'll be Elizabeth in one corner and Manny in the other.
All right.
Whoever shoots each other first will win the big prize of whatever Timmy's giving away. Suitable for framing or wrapping fish. One, and don't forget.
And conveniently located at our 4 locations in
Yeah,
Kansas City.
all right.
Midwest Recovery Center.
Buy
111.
Buy
There we
one,
go.
get one.
Yeah, buy one, get one free.
That's so funny. You paid for the whole seat, but you're only going to use it.
Oh,
So anyway, it's really fun. We have fun with you.
do we have questions
And,
for our guest?
This time was to give you. All right, Dad. Tyson, you go first, my dear.
I don't really have a question.
Good enough. Jim, you go next.
Yeah.
Yes,
go,
I
Jim.
do. Okay, so Phyllis, as a mother of someone who a child that was in active addiction, what advice would you give to that parent?
Mm-hmm.
Because the reason I'm asking a good friend of mine, the parents are just sick and tired. So tough love, or just you're sick. Like what can you do? Just pray. Like I'm just, yeah.
So because for me that's kind of hard to answer because Trey and I were in active addiction together,
Mm-hmm.
and then I got sober, and then when I was getting sober, he was just in and out of my life. But this past couple of years, past 5 years, I think he's been with Melissa.
Mm-hmm.
I did a lot of praying. I got him meeting schedules. I told him people who to talk to. He tried Celebrate Recovery there for a while, but it was, I guess, too religious for him or too spiritual or something. But
Yeah.
I would never, just keep doing everything you can in your willpower.
No.
I would never give up on my child, but that's, I wasn't enabling him. I was parenting him.
Yeah. And that's a huge thing. Like people say, well, you're just enabling. But like I say, when you are a parent, that's a lifelong position. You just don't say, well, I'm done here.
Those are people not in your shoes. Those people are not in your shoes,
No.
and they don't understand.
Exactly. So walk a mile. So thank you, Phyllis. Thank you very much.
Yeah, for sure. That's wonderful. And what I like you said that people will another technical problem. All right, Will, do you have a question for our beautiful? I haven't. Will, are you alive? Are you okay over there? I don't know if you're involved. He's going. What's going on? Where are you?
Well,
get it together,
There he
kid.
is.
There he
I've
is.
been here.
Hey, look
he
at-
was tuning the piano.
Oh, let's time out. Let's see that shirt. Let's just take a gander at that. That is
Nice.
sharp. He's got the green ribbon. He's the glue. I'm gonna nickname him the glue because he's what
The
holds
glue.
us together for sure.
Gorilla glue.
I'll be stuck on you.
I was stuck on.
Yay! Well, all right. So
Yeah, I had a question
yep.
for Phyllis.
Uh-huh.
So, since this year's been, I guess, hectic and crazy, what do you see for yourself in the next year?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
Or what do you hope for yourself in the next year to come? Since this year's been so crazy navigating everything, like, what do you hope for yourself over the next year?
I'm going to jump in real quick. You got through all those first things, right? So now everything is the second time around. I'd like to know that too. Like, you're not going through your first Christmas, your first whatever. So I'm sorry to interrupt, but that's where my head was. Go ahead, Phyllis. How do you see yourself? Where do you see yourself in the next year? What you're going to do?
I'm hoping to get more involved with Cairo's prison ministry. Actually, I want to be able to get up there and be more like a speaker or just get higher up in it.
Mm-hmm.
And right now, I'm on the advisory committee. I never thought in a million years I'd be on a prison advisory committee.
So what I'm hearing is you're going to keep doing service work, because in my mind, if I'm doing something and it works, I'm going to keep doing it that way. So, don't if it's not broke, don't fix it. Keep doing what you're doing. Expand on it. I'm not giving advice. I'm an idiot, but I'm just saying, like, I would just, see what else I could do, like you just said. So that's great. Gets you out of your own head, and it helping people helps you. Everybody knows that. We all figure that out in sobriety. So I have a question. What advice do you have for not the mothers, but the siblings involved with one of their siblings struggling in and out? Like, just from your seasoned viewpoint, what advice would you have for the family other than the mom and dad?
I asked his wife especially to go to Al-Anon so that she can understand addiction and alcoholism. I think it's really important for siblings that don't understand the addiction of alcoholism or drugs, that they need to get into like Alateen or Al-Anon. And Al-Anon isn't just for alcoholics. It's for people suffering from whatever. It's mainly alcohol, but Al-Anon helped me a lot. I couldn't fix Trey, and AA couldn't fix Trey.
Yep.
But I can fix myself.
Yeah.
And that's when I started going to Al-Anon.
I went to my first Al-Anon meeting the other day with Will. It's just like an AA meeting. It's just for people we're all touched by addiction. You know what I mean? It's just one of those things where we get together and try to figure
not
it together.
all programs work for people. AA and A and whatever. I had a sponsor reach out to me and said, I'm getting everything I need in church, and I can't tell her where she can get her recovery, but I told her to stay connected to AA because she's an alcoholic.
Yeah. The only requirement for membership is the desire to stop using. So you go in the doors, and it's all there for the taking. It's up to you what you want to do. And it's not, Jim said it's no cookie cutter. It's not one size fits all. It's not. And it is what it is. The whole landscape is a disaster. Dual diagnosis and mental health, and all this shit. Nobody knows where to go. Do I do ketamine? Do I go to see a psychiatrist? Do I start binge drinking or binge eating? Whatever. So like it's a scary landscape here in 2025 because the four of us know how wacky it is. We've been through it generationally, and now we're sitting here at the precipice of: are we going to figure this thing out? Or are we going to lose a whole generation of people and they're just going to die? So like it's tricky for sure. All right, so I have a question for our audience. I finally got the cameras back on, or the comments.
Get my glasses on.
So the question that I'm asking is: first person to answer, first person I see in the chat will get a 12-step poster that you're responsible for using the right way. Let's see here. In what year was the big book of Alcoholics Anonymous written?
Oh, Mr. Carter, I know this one.
Oh, we know, Will.
That's Jim.
Always with Jim. Oh, I know. So anyway, that's well. Can I get a hint? All right, so that's. Yep. So we will. We will wait for the first person to type in the chat. Whatever.
Jim's gonna type it in.
I'm gonna start typing. Where's my phone?
It saved me on shipping. That's for sure.
Yeah.
So
it'll only take 2 months.
Waiting for somebody. While we're doing that, let's look at my graphics. The show's about to take off graphically. Unbelievable. I have been avoiding the AI world because I don't trust it. And all of a sudden, I clicked on the wrong thing last night, 2 o'clock in the morning, Friday night. I haven't slept since because I've been making graphics. Unbelievable. So it makes me look smart, which I'm not. In what year was the big book written of Alcoholics Anonymous? Anybody? I see somebody typing. You can't Google it either.
Come on.
Honor system. Honor system.
Oh,
Don't Google it.
Devin the big book.
All right,
Okay.
Jim,
Are you going to say
meantime-
when it was written or published? Haha, there's two different things.
Well,
it says written. I don't know.
Potato, potato.
No, now I got to double check. Yeah. This is a disaster. I didn't think this through.
No.
Big book written. It's just to send it to somebody. Yeah, that's what I had. I knew the answer.
Okay.
All right, so let's do just for today, and then we'll come back to this nightmare. All right, Willie, are you ready to rock and roll
Yes,
here
sir.
or what? Yeah, good boy. He's such a good boy.
He's a good boy.
He's a good one.
He gets a treat.
Will, remember Jana and Krista from our camping thing?
Yeah.
They think how I talk to animals is hysterical. Like they were talking about it without me there. I walked up, like, oh, there he is. He talked to what's her name? Autumn. And she, so I talked for him. It is funny. It's ridiculous though. So let's get into some just for dizzle my nizzle for shizzle. I don't know what I'm doing. I've been doing this for a year and a half. You think I'd know how to do it today? All right. Just for today, May 11th, 2025. Share this screen here. Oh, man, relax. Oh, I almost clicked on the X on the tab on my. Forget it. I almost lost the show.
He almost shut us off.
So easy to do. I don't know why it's not. All right. Anyway, just for today, I will zoom in on that, and you can enlighten us. We have a winner. We're gonna add. All right. We'll address that after.
We have a wiener.
Yes, we do.
I'm gonna have you hanging on. All right. Well, balancing the scales. Let's see if we can get it all squared away on the screen here. Let's put a ribbon up there for Mental Health Month. I think that's a good idea. Okay. Balancing the scales. Go ahead, Will.
All I see is love. Happy Mother's Day.
Oh, this thing. I swear to God. How about now?
All I see is a
That's
bigger
even
version
bigger.
of Happy Mother's Day.
Oh,
There you go.
That's ridiculous. I did nothing but click on
Balancing the scales, page
whatever.
137. A lot of our
suing them.
chief concerns and major difficulties come from our experience with living without drugs. Often when we ask an old timer what to do, we are amazed at the simplicity of the answer. Basic text, page 43. Finding balance in recovery is quite a bit like sitting down at a set of scale and a pile of sand. The goal is to have an equal amount of sand on each side of the scales, achieving a balance of weight. We do the same thing in recovery. We sit down with the foundation of our clean time in the 12 steps. Then attempt to add employment, household responsibilities, friends, sponsees, relationships, meetings, and service in an equal weight so the scales balance. Our first try may throw our personal scales out of kilter. We may find that because of our over-involvement in the service, we have upset our employer or our family. But when we try to correct the problem by resigning from NA services altogether, the other side of the scales go out of balance.
Yeah.
We can ask for help from members who have stabilized their scales. These people are easy to recognize. They appear serene, composed, and self-assured. They'll smile in recognition at our dilemma and share how they slowed down. Added only a few grains of sand at a time to either side of the scales, and were rewarded with balance and recovery. Just for today, I seek balance in my life. Today, I will ask others to share their experience in finding the balance.
Nice.
Copyright.
Everything.
Right.
We break every copyright law in the book.
That's what we do.
I was thinking of you, Phyllis, as we were reading that. Finding a balance, right? Like for me, I get into situations like you, and it's all one way or all the other. I don't have a center space to navigate, which I'm working on. I'm aware of it. Is it I think you said what I heard is it's you're finding it easier, right? And I think of the first year, your first Christmas, your first Easter, your first birthday, you get through all those firsts, and maybe it does get easier. But one thing I gotta say to the people that have reached out before, it's not your fault, and you don't have to kill yourself. Balance the scales. You know what I mean? Like try to find an equilibrium where everybody's happy, you're okay with where your loved one went, and you can move on and help others. And Phyllis is the epitome of that. Ricardo Pimenta. I used to drive He was a friend of mine from UPS. We drove trucks together. There was one Christmas they made me go meet him and take like half his stops on him, and I put him in my truck like 9 o'clock at night. I'm throwing them all over this retirement neighborhood. Nobody got their packages. It was all confusing. Thanks a lot, Ricardo. That was not a great night. So I don't have a script here. I don't know what to do. Phyllis, what's your plan for the week? Like, how do you handle this week? You're coming up on the 20th.
Well, I'm going back to that convention this weekend, so. And then Tuesday, the 20th, is the anniversary, and I'm going to go over to the Sisters United. We're just going to release a bunch of balloons.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, I've done that before for someone we lost.
Yeah, I did too.
Yep.
We got one balloon hung up in the tree, and it wouldn't. Okay.
In June, I'm having I guess celebration of life. There's a lot of friends that didn't get to go to his funeral because it was up here in Alabama. And these are people he grew up with. And I'm going to have all 3 of his kids and his wife there. So, it's going to be pretty cool.
Yeah. Well, you inspire
Nice.
me. I don't, I have kids, and but I don't think, in my experience, they're not going to do what Daddy did. They saw it firsthand. No, thank you. If my pain caused that, then my pain's okay. So it's just everything sucks sometimes, especially around these times of year, holidays, whatever. Everything sucks. But you can manage it by reaching out to friends and helping other people get their head out of it. What's your favorite food, Phyllis?
Steak.
My favorite food, shrimp scampi.
Shrimp.
Ah.
That's a good choice. All right, so let me ask: if you were on a deserted
Nom, nom.
island, what would you eat? What if you were on an island and you had to pick one meal to eat for the rest of your life? What would that be? And put some thought into this one because you don't want to eat scampi every day. I know I don't. So what would you?
Well, she might.
Well, maybe if you want to eat scampi.
Don't judge.
You're on an island. Ridiculous. I know, but what? Just for fun. What food would you be able to stomach for 10 years on an island?
Steak.
All right. Yeah, I mean it's iron, protein. You get through it. You stole that from Kaisa, so I guess I'll let it go.
It's because we like steak.
Right.
What would
likes
you
steak.
eat if you were on an island?
I would like pizza, and here's why. I can handle it every day if I have. I can eat it cold. I can eat it hot, and like I'll get sick of steak or my teeth will fall out, whatever. So I'd eat pizza. What's your favorite ice cream before we let you go here?
Coffee ice cream. I love it.
That's interesting. That says a lot about you, actually. People hear coffee ice cream and they're like, "Go roast," but
It's
yeah,
it's a California thing.
Is it California? Yeah, I know. All right, let me get over to my shit.
Who was our wiener?
I'm getting to it. I'm gonna play the music first. All right, Super Mario. That's all I got. So everybody's gonna have to deal with that. I had all these Mother songs I was gonna play. That sucks. All right. So the winner of I know this guy too. It's way to go, Stephen B. Oh God, I'm a mess. Stephen B. Way to go, buddy. We're proud of you. Welcome. Send me your address. I think I have your address. We sent you something before. Yeah, if you want to send me $10 for postage, I wouldn't mind it. Look at my hat. Look at my hair. So this show fell apart at the last minute, but my staff, my team, we all brought it together as always. And Phyllis, I'm grateful for not for what you're dealing with, but how you're dealing with it. Because it tells a lot of people how to handle stuff like that, and that's hard. So that's really about it. Kaisa, Jim, you got anything you want to add?
I just want to say I'm glad you're in our circle, Phyllis.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
And I appreciate watching you do what you do with what you've been through. Yeah, because that gives people hope.
Yep.
You know?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be that exact thing. It doesn't have to be that.
No.
We all go through stuff. How are we going to react and handle it? When I was in active addiction, I just reacted. I didn't think about what I was doing. I was just, boom, there it is. Sorry, world. So in sobriety, I think about something for a minute. I still, I still lose some words out of my mouth.
Throw it out there.
But still, for the most part, serious situations, I just kind of stop, pause, and like, oh, maybe I shouldn't call that guy an asshole because he's not. He just did something stupid. So, we're grateful for you. We'll have you on soon. Let me just see what else we got going on with the show. I've lost everything, like I said, so we have some some show information here. Let's see. Let me guess. You're all still looking at just for today?
There's the on meter.
Yeah, you know it.
Oh, next episode's gonna be great. I have it all set up. I have a yawnometer.
Until
Oh,
he
really?
touches a button.
Yeah, it's her yawning. I caught a picture of her yawning on for one of our shows, and I cut her out and I put her next to a little number ticker, and I'm gonna keep track of it all. So funny, right?
That's awesome.
That's what I lost. This guy has a question, but he texted it to me. I think he's asking you because everybody knows about me. Phyllis, were you ever on antidepressants or any kind of other psych meds? You don't have to answer that if you want to, but
no, I wasn't when I was, I haven't been on anything for 14 years, but after my son's death, I needed something, and I just couldn't cope. Yep. And I've been on, I guess it's called Lexapro.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And I'm afraid to go off of it. Actually, I've been on it since Trey passed away, and you can't just go off of those things cold turkey.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And don't fix something that's not broke. Is what I've always been told.
Yep. I'm on Suboxone. My dad said to me today, he's like, "Are you planning on getting off that anytime soon?" And I'm like, I haven't even given it a thought because I don't want to do heroin today. And like that's actually big for Tim because Tim wants opiates. Give me. So it's I'm not changing anything, and I'm going day at a time, one day at a time. I don't have to plan out the rest of my life, and nobody has to do that. All right, anyway.
I'm not on Xanax. I'm not on Valium. I'm not on any of that stuff. I'm on an antidepressant, and it's working for me, and I'm okay with it.
Yeah, for addicts, for us, we have limited options. Like normal people can take a couple of Xanax, go to bed, feel better the next morning because they slept.
Right.
Us, if it says take one every 8 hours, we'll take 8 every 1 hour. So that's how we are. So there are limited options for people in recovery as a precaution.
Right.
There are people in recovery that need to take a Klonopin or Xanax because they are medically unstable to be in the world without it, which is fine. I mean, hand it to the person you're living with or whatever. Do it the right way. But me, I can't be on any of that stuff. So I take an antidepressant. I take anti-anxiety, and I've just been on for forever. I came off antidepressants once, and that was bad. That was uncomfortable for sure. So, all right. Thank you for asking that question, Jerry. I know this guy's nuts. We'll talk about him later. All right. Mother's Day. I want to make sure I touch everything. 47 years, Donnie. 9 months, Jana. Happy birthday, Will. Yeah. Let's just get back to that. I'm singing a little happy birthday real quick. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Sweet William.
Happy birthday to you.
Cha cha cha. He's like, dear God.
Oh, he loves it. He's a
nice.
Ham. Don't let him fool you. This attaboy, Jimmy. He's a ham, without a doubt. So, happy birthday, Willie Doug.
Thank you.
I'm so grateful to have you in my life. I know that sounds gay.
Likewise.
Me too.
Mr. Super Glue.
Yes.
I just think I know that sounds gay without even thinking about it. Sorry. Will is our. Somebody said to me that flag you guys claimed it is your nationality flag. Is that for the homosexual community? I said no. It's retro. But,
it's a test pattern.
Yeah, from the old TV screen.
Right. Yeah. These kids don't know what that is. It's a joke for us. Not for them.
Whippersnappers.
Assholes. All right. It's just been great. Not just the show, but everything surrounding the show. It's just so positive, and we have so much support. And we have so much fun stuff coming up. I'm so excited for the shit we got coming up. Let me just go over our upcoming guests, which I'm sure will include Phyllis doing as well.
For sure.
Here. Where is? I didn't need to play this, but it's funny.
Yeah.
All right, so Billy B will be back on with us on Wednesday, this Wednesday.
Yay.
We got Adam C on the 18th.
Adam S.
All right, well,
That's-
great.
that's
Good job,
next week.
Tim. Adam S. Let me update that. It won't. This thing was perfect, and then all of a sudden, I give you guys
Kaisa
access.
spoke up.
I know, honey. I appreciate you. All right, so Adam S. Next week, a week from today. Turn the music down a bit. Let's see what else we got here. Well,
Then Elizabeth starts coming on board on Wednesday.
the 21st is open. The 21th. Did you hear what I just said?
I heard you.
I think that's in your Wrigloo.
21. Oh, that's fun. All right, you're short. All right, so 21.
Because you're a cornholing.
That's true.
He's just throwing his bag in the hole.
Exactly. Cornholing.
They said I'm weird for cornhole. Anybody in Jersey would be like, screw you.
Yeah, I'm here for cornhole. What are you talking about? You're talking to me to cornhole.
I want I want a cornhole tournament.
Of course you did.
For 100. Shut up. For 100. Those aren't nice. And I'm gonna tell my mom, and I'll go home. I don't like it. I won a cornhole tournament. Won $1,500 in that very shirt that my girl is wearing. That is an original tie-dye. I was just throwing shit in boxes. Whoever got what.
I got so many cups.
There we go.
I ain't going there.
That logo prompted me to change our logo into what we have today. It's just little things all come together. And
I still haven't gotten my T-shirt.
I have
What?
a track. I sent you a tracking number. Did I not?
No.
There's a tracking number because I sent you and Isabella and everybody. But they go to Atlanta, and then you go to Gwinnett, and then you go back to Atlanta, and then you go to Gwinnett, and then you go to Duluth,
And it goes to India.
Pakistan, then back to it's crazy. So that's it. Great shirt, thank you. And Phyllis, we okay. Wrong Phyllis. There's 3 of them. There's the right one. Thank you for coming on. We appreciate everything you do.
Well, thank you guys for having me again.
Thank you.
You're a great. You're a part of our community. You know what I mean? Like, not many non-addicts are a part of our community. There are, but you're certainly a cornerstone. Really, Elizabeth McKeon and Manny Vitale 2 weeks from tonight. That's gonna be a nightmare.
Oh, I love Manny.
It could be a blast.
He was my very first podcast.
Yeah, we do. That's how I found you. I think he pushed you in our direction. So Manny and Elizabeth are going to be introduced to each other, or I don't know. We're just going to do a podcast with a couple of us off the screen, so there's not 6 people talking all over each other. But yeah, they'll be on next on the 25th, which is fun. Open on 2020. Amy S on the 21st. Is that still?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought I screwed
On the
that up.
1st?
Oh, June 1st.
June 1st, yes.
Okay. And then Carol W. Is it Carol W?
That's correct.
Okay, Carol W. on the 8th of June. Adam A. on the 18th of June. Simon Cross coming back on, returning friend, 22nd of June. And that's about it. So that is our show, our humble broadcast. We place principles before personalities. I could read you the whole preamble if I wanted to, but I'm not going to do that. So, okay. All right, everybody. Thank you so much, everyone. I do.
Where'd everybody go?